So the song that won you the award was based on your grandfather. I had heard the song. I had never watched the video until I prepared for this interview. And like it's an amazing video. I don't know. It's not just because I know you personally, because it resonated with fans all over North America, and your family members are in it. Is everyone in that video? That's all legit family? Like there's no fillers or anything of that nature?
Yeah. Well, sadly, some of the most important people are missing from that video. My wife and my kids are missing. That my wife was super pregnant at the time, or just had one of the babies. Either way, she couldn't travel from Nashville up to Pembroke, and I did that video kind of in a run of shows that summer. We arranged it and we did it and we pulled everybody in. So I always kind of regret that, I wasn't able to have her and my kids in that video as well. But, we would later do a video for my song Dance with My Daughter and put them all in it and stuff. So that was pretty cool too.
Right. So about your grandfather, obviously a very special man in your life. You've spoken about family numerous times. We talked about your dad, the family that you have going on of your own.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that inspired you to want to write a song about him?
Well, I mean, I've thought about this a lot over the years too, because I guess I could have wrote a song about my own dad too, but he was too young at the time or something. Right. But my dad's he's a good man and a hard working, stand-up guy as well. My grandfather was just I perceived him as the patriarch of the family. My other grandfather on my dad's side had passed away quite a few years before, so sadly we didn't have him in our life. But I was coming of age at that time. I had just turned, when I wrote that song, I just turned like 31 or 30 or 31, I believe, at the time when I wrote it. And I just was thinking about, like, deeply about life and about what it means to live a good life and everything else. And I was my brother and I had always sort of noticed that, like, my grandfather was such a gentleman. Like, he had the old fashioned chivalry, like, truly, like the lyrics in the song, still helps her with her coat and opens her car door all the time, every time. And when it was time, he'd stand up and say, "All right, Mom, well, time to go." And he'd go and he'd grab her coat, her big winter coat, wrap it around her, and help her out down the icy stairs, go around, open the door, help her in. And this is at the time, married 50 plus years, and just respected and just hard work. Didn't talk about his faith, even though he had one. Like, just didn't, like, put it in everybody's face or anything like that. Just sort of lived it and lived a good life. And so for in a world that's kind of crazy, and as a guy my age trying to figure it all out, and probably resisting, having some sort of resistance to growing up in my own respects, back then, just going like, wow, man, I need to be more like that, and then I wrote the song with Derek Rattan at the time. We were just talking about guys of a certain era, that generation of sort of before the baby boomers, the World War II generation, these guys that still, and I even said those lines, like, those guys that still, like, even though they're losing their hair, they still comb it like Elvis from the 50s.
Yeah, that's right.
And as I was just talking, just had a conversation, he was also talking about he's like, my grandpa was the same way and pay cash for everything and was only drive Chevy. My dad was Ford only. But if people would be like, I vote this way, I drive this brand of truck, I wear these clothes, and like just sure about everything for whatever reason. They just, this is the way it is, unshakable oak trees,
Yeah.
And thought that, I'm like, well, that just makes for a good country song.